We have solved the first order difference equation by using the formula method, and in that a was not allowed to be equal to -1, but here we will allow a to be equal to -1, because if we do so, this formula will not work. This is the formula that we developed in the last video, so we have to come up with another formula in this case. So we have already found that the complementary function is equal to this, and if we allow a -1 here, then it will become 1 raised to the power t. When this happens, it means that a will be getting multiplied with 1 raised to the power t, which means that a will be equal to a. It will be not deviation, because it will not be a variable deviation, it will remain the same. So when it will remain the same, definitely the equilibrium cannot be achieved. This is another problem that we can observe if a is allowed not allowed to be if a is allowed to be equal to -1, and if we use the same old formula that we used in the last step. This will also not be meaningful. So therefore we have to come up with another solution, and for that we will experiment again like we did before, that we consider a certain trial solution. And in this case, the trial solution is not just a constant, because it was yt was equal to k before, but now we are considering the variable part in it as well. This is something we did in the first order differential equations as well, that the first trial solution was constant, and when the first solution didn't work, then we went towards the second trial solution that was variable in nature, that is k multiplied with variable t. So we are going to use this, and definitely for this value, that is yt plus 1, we have to transform it to yt plus 1, and t plus 1 is here. So yt plus 1, yt is equal to c is something that we are going to substitute here. Instead of yt plus 1, I am writing this, and instead of yt I am writing this. The values that we developed, they are substituted here. And now we can simplify it by using simple algebra. As you can see, we are solving it, and another substitution which is possible during this process is the value of a, that is equal to -1. Here the value of k is being extracted because this is the trial solution unknown constant. So after putting the value of a -1, which is the second case that we are dealing with, that a is equal to -1, we can further solve it. Simplification leads to the value of k, which is equal to c in this case. So now we can put the value of k here, and instead of k we are writing c. This is the solution that we have found by using the given situation where a was allowed to be equal to -1. So this is the particular solution that we have, that is c into t. Here it will not fail because we are not using a in it, and there will be no outcome as an undefined value, because it was there before, as the answer was c over 1 plus a. This is not going to work here. This one will work. Now the general solution would be the sum of the two, that is yc and yp. So yp is now found recently, and yc can be borrowed from the same last example in which we were solving a equal to where a was not equal to -1, because there will be no undefined value, no matter what is the result of a value of yc. It does not matter. What matters is that it's not going to give us any undefined answer. So a is not equal to -1. This is the case that we can continue with. However, we can find the definite solution by putting t is equal to 0. T is equal to 0 here. In all the places we have substituted t is equal to 0. This has allowed us to find the value of a, which is equal to y0, and this we can put back into the general solution, and when we do so, we get this, which is the definite solution of a certain situation where the value of a is equal to -1, and now we are free of this restriction. Now we should solve it numerically, and we have a certain numerical example here. This is the first order difference equation in which a clearly can be seen as -1. The initial condition is also given, so we are going to extract the values a and c, and then we can see that a is equal to -1. So this particular integral formula is usable, not the other one. So we are going to use this formula in which we are using the definite solution version. So the definitized version of a is equal to this. It is equal to the initial condition, and the value of a can be substituted as well as of c. So after substituting these values, we get this answer. I'm not removing this 0 at this stage I have, but here I'm trying to show that this was the complementary function, and this is the equilibrium value. It is 2t. It's a time path already at equilibrium because the deviation is not there, and the equilibrium is moving in nature because variable t is visible in it, and the deviation is 0, so it's already at equilibrium somewhere that we will see in the diagram. So we have this solution of this given difference equation, and this is the solution of it. It represents a moving or a jumped or stepped equilibrium. You will see that we will have a jumped or stepped sort of equilibrium in this case. In this diagram you will see, here you are, the diagram is showing a jump pattern because the value of equilibrium is 2t. So you see twice it is becoming 2, 4, 6 and so on. So these dotted lines show that there is a gap, and gap is an identification of a discrete variable or a discrete function. So it is fulfilling its requirement of being discrete, and you can see that it is moving equilibrium. It is moving upwards to the higher level of y, that is on y-axis. So this is how we have done the second possibility of the formula method of first order difference equation, in which a was allowed to be equal to -1. This was the numerical, and this is the derivation of the formula, and this is the beginning of this case. So now we are capable of solving the first order difference equation by using the iterative method, by using the general or formula method, in which both of the possibilities are catered, that is a equal to -1 and a not equal to -1. Thank you.